Welcome, I'm Hugh Massey, the President and Founder of DNA Behaviour International. Today I'm delighted to announce the release of our white paper, Blind Spots in the Financial Advice Process. In this white paper we've addressed why traditional discovery methods in the financial planning process lead to flawed product and solution recommendations. I want to start out by addressing the challenge for financial services firms. Every firm has a client planning process which it considers to be sound. However, it is likely that the process will have one or more key areas that are missing or are not being adequately executed with the appropriate systems. In raising these blind spots, we fully recognise that there is an inherent tension between enhancing client engagement, which boosts revenues, and compliance, which protects the business. Our recently released white paper serves to highlight these blind spots that your firm should be aware of and then provides recommended actions to consider. The overall recommendation that we have is that your firm implement a relationship compliance system that meets the dual goal of enhancing client engagement and managing compliance. This is what's going to create the win-win for your business. This is an opportunity for your business right now. There are increasing regulations around the world that are focused on enhancing the suitability of recommendations. Your firm doesn't have to look at this as a negative, it can embrace it as an opportunity. Some of the blind spots that might be causing this gap in the discovery process that you have are around the fact-finding processes that you have. The fact-finders tend to gather financial details only and do not look at holistically who the client is. There are now a lot more online marketing systems that are driven around gathering data on client spending patterns and then purport to say that this is the behavior of the client. It does indicate some behavior of the client, but it is not who the client is. And it doesn't tell you how to serve that client. What we have brought out in the white paper is the degree to which understanding human behavior is the key to building a better discovery process. Because at the end of the day, it is human behavior which provides the hidden obstacles to success in the whole financial planning process. This is a lot more than the advisor making an intuitive assessment of the risk profile of the client. We advocate a lot more needs to be known about the risk profile of the client, and the appropriate systems need to be used to uncover the risk profile of the client with the right question asking methodologies so that a reliable assessment can be made of the risk profile. However, only knowing the risk profile of the client is not enough. Your advisors need to understand the complete set of behavioral biases that your clients have, which are driving their decisions. There are behavioral biases beyond the risk profile that need to be known. This is a very key point that, in effect, if not addressed, are actually causing greater risk to the decisions that get made and can lead to unsuitable recommendations getting made. Another area that needs to be addressed by your firm is the documentation of client discussions. And this is where we think that CRM systems could be developed to go a step further or multiple steps further to trap all of the discussions and then provide a lot more monitoring data. And also the CRM systems can be used as part of the suitability process if the behavioral data of the client is recorded in the system and ongoing changes to the client's situation is trapped in that system. In essence, firms need to have a much better monitoring process to address the changing needs and behaviors of the client through the lifetime of the client relationship. And another area is the degree to which advisors are trained. A lot of the training in firms does not sufficiently address the behavior of the client. There is practice management training that addresses processes but doesn't get to understanding who the client is. However, that is the central part of what an advisor is doing, and is where the greatest opportunity exists for the advisor to get to know their client and to ultimately increase their revenues and boost client retention. The behavioural investment policy statement is also another area that firms need to address. They need to have a structured process whereby behavioural investment policy statements are created, which document not only the financial facts of the client and the numbers and the goals, it needs to, and the portfolio, it needs to align that to who the person is, to their financial capacity. So there needs to be a deeper process around the IPS. And also, firms need to look at the processes that they have for getting client sign-off. A lot of the time, the client sign-off is actually a tick in the box. Oh yes, we asked the client a question and they said yes or no, and a box is ticked and the firm moves on. The advice is provided. But did the client know what they were saying yes or no to? So client understanding is very, very important. So there needs to be an enhanced process around that. These are just a few of the blind spots that we address in our white paper. I hope this gives you a start to thinking about what your firm needs to do in the future to raise the bar in its compliance, but also embrace the opportunities, as I said before, to boost client engagement and increase your revenues. If you'd like to discuss with us what to do about the discovery process that your firm has, to review it, to get other insights and ideas on how it can be strengthened to improve the sustainability of the financial planning process that your firm has, please feel free to contact us at 770-274-0311. And if you'd like to access the white papers, please email us at inquiries@dnabehaviour.com or go onto our website, financialdna.com or dnabehaviour.com, and register and access the white paper.